Yeah, after long, I'm making some videos on security side, like ethical hacking side. So, as for some student request, I'm just starting to do this one. So, we'll have a look at some basic steps like Linux basic commands and virtual machines. So, initially, I have already installed the virtual machine. So, we have a Virtualbox we can use, and from that, Kali Linux will be there. So, I'll just initially show you some Linux basic commands and all. Okay. Later on, we'll try to move further on this topic. Okay. So let me start my VirtualBox VM first. Okay. So this is VirtualBox. So here you can install like several operating systems at a time from different virtual machines. So for example, it will be like this. So if you need to use Windows operating system in a PC, so you can create a virtual machine and you can install the Windows OS into that. If you at the same time, if you need to use Linux operating system as well, so again you can create another virtual machine and you can install Linux operating system in that. And then further, if you need Mac OS, you can still install another VM. Uh, so once you install it on another VM, you can use it. Okay. So it's like this. It's simply like at a time you can simply install different operating systems on different VMs and use it all at once. So you don't need to again like parallelly if you install on your main host PC, you need to again shut it down and again you need to wait to boot up on Kali Linux and it will take more time, right? So this way it's easier and you can practice further. So let me start the Kali Linux virtual machine first. So Linux has many different operating system variations like Kali or Paratois. So a lot of editions are there. So different versions and so basically Kali we are using because most of the hacking tools are already installed, pre-installed in that one. So it's easier for us to work on it. I can close this one. No need. Once you install it, it's after you start, the default username credentials are there. So username will be Kali and password will be Kali. Okay. Later on, I'll try to show some other video on installing virtual machines and VirtualBox or VMware. So the steps are pretty simple. So you can just download simply VirtualBox software for Windows or depending on the OS you're using. So after downloading, you can install. Like generally, you just use the same method to install any application, any software. Similar way you can install it. Okay. So I'm typing the username and password again. What's this one? So here it shows the network and CPU usage. Okay. So this is basic Linux. So you can see the tools here already installed. Okay, we can use these ones. And most of the time we will enter into terminal. Here this command prompt, like in Windows we use command prompt. So here you can use this. So after this I'll just zoom in, control plus, so you can easily see, clearly see this one. Okay, so here you can see this Kali and Kali, right? So the first part, it shows the username. The second one is the operating system name. So let me change the color. So this one is the username and the second one is the operating system name. So let's say if I type, this is general user Kali, okay? So admin related user, if you want to check, you can use the command sudo. So sudo su super user. So again, it will ask the password. Same Kali is the password for that. So you can see now it shows root at Kali, which means the user is root now. In Windows, you can see the administrator account, which will have the high privilege, right, by default. So here in Linux, the root is the higher privilege one. Okay, so you are going to be the root user if you type sudo su command. Okay, uh, so if you didn't type sudo su, if you need to install anything, any software or any tools with the admin permission, you can simply use sudo in front of the installation part. Okay, so those part I will explain later. For now, sudo apt install gedit. So in order to install the gedit, apt install gedit is the command, apt install gedit. But if you need, it might require, if you type only apt install gedit, it might require the administrative password. So admin higher privilege. So for that, you need to type sudo in front of it. So it will start installing without asking permissions. Okay. So this is a basic thing. So we just exit for now. And now again you are in Kali at Kali. Okay. So which means the normal user in Kali OS. Okay. So I can clear this, clear command, and this part as well. So initially, let's start from some basic commands. Then I will explain the file system of Linux. For example, here we open this. Like Windows, you will have several folders. Here you can see desktop, documents, downloads, MPR, templates, and all. So if you enter file system, you can see bin, boot, drive, etc, home. So these kind of folders will be there. So basically the bin binary files are stored here. The basic commands we type, everything will be stored here. Okay, bin, and sbin is like we are having the sudo related binary files. So those will be shown here. Okay, and bin and binary files, and sudo related binary files are in sbin. Boot related files are in boot folder, and basic things like basic home reference and root related files will be stored in the root folder. You can check somewhere the root folder should be there. Yeah, it's over here. And also, for example, the user credentials, username, password, those are in the etc folder. Okay. And library files, like in Windows, you might see in like system32, system64, those kind of things. Those will be in the library folder. And what else? Process reference and temporary folders, like uh, when you start up from the start to end, the temporary files will be shown here. And in user folder, later on in hacking side, ethical hacking side, when we try to do some processes, we will use something called word list, like to check some default given credentials. We will uh, use a set of words to check whether it is the password or not. That is called a word list. So this kind of word list, everything will be stored in the user folder. Okay, USR folder. And etc, I have already told, it's the user credentials are stored. Okay, and var variable, for example, let's say you are starting a server, www. So that World Wide Web, those related file systems or references are stored here. And what else? The MNT, like when you connect to a central storage point like cloud or local central storage point. So when you connect to it, the related file system will be stored here, MNT mount. Okay. So basic things, this is not regularly used. I just wanted you to know these things. Okay. Mhm. Okay, let's then get back to the commands, basic commands. Okay. Initially, when you turn on the terminal, okay, from this icon, you can click and start. So after starting, you can find it here. Okay. So here it's showing Kali at Kali, which means Kali user in Kali operating system. So initially, let's verify the IP address of this. So ifconfig command. In Windows, we will use ipconfig command. Remember? So here it's used ifconfig, referring to like interface. So you just remember like ifconfig, okay, ifconfig, and enter. So here in ifconfig command, you can see in inet the IP, and netmask gives you the subnet, and then broadcast will give you the broadcast IP. Okay, so basically this is the Ethernet 0. So basically this is the Ethernet 0 interfaces IP address. Actually, when we install the virtual machine, we will for the particular VM we are connecting to a NAT interface, network address card interface. So that IP address is the one. The NAT connected to this Kali machine is IP address is given here. Okay. So when I make the video on making the NAT connection and installing the virtual machine and creating a VM and installing operating system, those details I will recall this one and I will show it. Okay. So for now, just remember you are in the point of like we already installed a VM and we already installed the Kali machine and we are working on it. Okay. Just for a quick reference, I'm just introducing this. Okay. Now you have an idea about checking the IP address if config command. Okay. So after that, next command, let's say ls. Okay. So before ls, next command, we will go for pwd, present working directory, which will show you in which particular path you are currently working on. Okay, you are in the home directory inside Kali. Okay, so present working directory, you are first in the home slash Kali path you are working on. Okay, so now that I can create some folders in this path, or I can list what other folders are there inside this present working directory by listing ls command. Okay, just type ls, it's a reference point, so you can check this. So there are like several folders, nmap folder, cybersprite, these things, and documents, downloads, impair, looping music. So a lot of things, a lot of other folders and text documents are there. Okay, so this is a list format. So if I need to check the file size and file permission, everything, I can type ls-la. Okay, so now you can see entire list of folders and the permissions, group permissions, everything is here. Okay, so ls-la. So here you can see this particular part. This is the file permission part. Okay, and next this one, 32. These are the hard links, in the sense like inside this particular folder, how many other folders or documents are there. For example, this is the file name. Okay, let's take an example like this document. Okay, runk1511.txt. Okay, so this is a text document. So the permission for this document is given here. Okay, and it doesn't have any other internal folders. It is only one link. So if it is a folder and if it contains many other folders inside it, you can see this number changes. Okay, so for example, here in this desktop folder, you can take it. So inside this desktop, there are 4 other folders or documents are there. That's what's shown here. So I hope you understand this part. Okay, then next one, the Kali and Kali. So this Kali is for the username, and the second one is the group name. Okay, and this part is the file size and last modified date and time and the file name. Okay, so now let's have a look at this one. Okay, this file permission in detail. So you can see some of these folders or files start with the name D, which means directory. It's a folder, it mentions. Okay, some of this doesn't start with D, which means it's a file. You can see this runk15.txt. This is a file, so it's just start, it doesn't have a D in front, it's just a hyphen. Okay, so here wherever the D starting, it mentions it's a folder. Okay, and the next 3 digits, sorry, I mentioned digits, sorry, my bad, it's not digits. So that's one. So read, write and execute, this is RWX. Okay, so first 3 alphabets which mentions the file permission of the file owner who created this file. Okay, the second 3 digits, sorry, 3 alpha letters, which again says the file permission which the group name has. Okay, so the first 3, the file owner's permission, the second 3, the group permission, the third 3, It is for the other users who has permission. What are the permissions allowed for them? The privileges. Okay. So for example, for this particular file, let's say, let's take this one, the cache folder. Okay. So the user of this, the owner of this file has read permission, write permission, and executable permission. So reading means you can open and read the file. Writing means you can modify the file. Execute means you can execute the file. You can run the file. Okay. Then the second three is for the group permission, which means the file owner, and the next one is the group, the in which group they belong, and their permissions for the group. The third one is other users. They don't have full permission for this file, cache file. They have read permission and executable. They don't have the write permission for the other users. That's why it's mentioning as a hyphen. Okay. So these are basic things. So I'm not just asking you to memorize these things. You just while we work on other in further, at that time these things will be automatically recalled. Okay. And also you can see this last column, which has some folders start with names or numbers and some starts with period, which means a dot. So whichever the folder which starts with a dot, it means the particular folder or document is a hidden one. Okay. So the hidden folders are not shown generally if you type ls space hyphen l. Okay, let's just verify. So let me type ls hyphen l. So here you can see you don't see any of the folder name or file name which starts with dot here, because all the hidden files will be shown only when you type hyphen a. So ls hyphen la will list even the hidden files, everything. Okay. So these are the basic things. So for now we have gone through present working directory, which shows us where we are currently on, which folder we are currently located. Okay. Then ls-la, which shows us, which lists the file permissions, everything. If we don't want to see the file permissions, but if we wanted to see only the internal folders and documents in our present working directory, we can simply list it by ls only. Okay. So list command and list hyphen la command. Okay. Just remember it. After that point, we can check what else. How can I make a folder? How can I create a folder? Or how I can clear this screen first. Okay. Clear. Okay. So I'm again listing. So I can see I have documents folder, pictures folder, downloads folder in it, right? So if I wanted to enter inside any folder, I can use cd command. Cd caps and D. If I type D, it shows other options. So let me get inside documents. So I type doc and it's suggesting the rest. So if I press tab, it will fulfill, or else I need to type. Okay. So now I'm inside the documents folder. So this cd command means it change directory. So enter inside that directory. That's what you are telling. Okay. And here, if you have a capital D folder in it and you are trying to move into it, so you need to type as it is, capital D. It's case sensitive. For example, if you type like simple doc. There is no other folder in the name of it. So what happens is, if I just for just showing you, I just type it. Okay, and it's simple D. So it's showing no such file or directory documents. Okay, so what you need to do, you just need to type capital D doc, and you can see. If you press tab, it will finish, or right arrow button. So far, I'm inside the documents folder, right? So let me list the contents inside this folder, ls-la. So I can see some of the folders here and files. Okay. So if I wanted to go back one folder, so I can type cd dot dot. Okay. So now I am again in the Kali at Kali home directory. Okay. So if I wanted to move back to documents, I can type doc and slash. So I'm inside documents. So again, I go back, and if I wanted to see whether simple doc and documents, I'm typing. Let's see what happens. So here you can see it's case sensitive, the command. So if I type simple D, it's showing no such file or directory documents. Okay. So first of all, you check whether the file names, desktop, documents, downloads, everything is there. So let me move into downloads. So I entered downloads, ls-la. So I'm checking some folders inside. What are the folders it has? So you can check uh, this many folders. Like basically when I started doing other lessons, the other try hack me files and those related file formats are there. Okay. So later down the road when we try to do it, I will explain these things. For now, no need to worry about the folder names. Okay. So let's see present working directory. You can see it's home, inside that Kali, inside that downloads. Okay. So in order to go back, I can type cd dot dot for going back one step, or cd dot dot slash again dot dot slash. So I will go back two steps. So you can see I'm in the home directory now. Okay, present working directory, type, you will see the difference. Okay, these things automatically it will be uh, like get used to you only when you try practicing it. Okay, no matter how many times, like even I without practicing when I started this one, so I started memorizing that one, but over time it will automatically uh, erase, because I don't remember if I didn't practice it, I will not get used to it. Okay, so see, that way you just try to work it out. So like for now, even like instead of explaining, when I started doing, it's easier for me to work it out. Okay, so again, let me get inside. So let me try siphon Henley. So it has Kali in it. So I wanted to get in. Okay. Person working directory. Okay. So again, I'm back to the same folder. So for now, you know what is present working directory and list the contents in there, and how to move in forward and backward with using the cd command. And then I'm missing one of the commands, which is tilde. So this sigma symbol or tilde symbol. Okay, this will automatically take you to the home folder. So if you type it like this whenever you are inside a folder. So let's say now you are in the desktop folder. So if I type cd tilde, I will be automatically taken back to the home Kali folder. No matter where I am, I will be returned back to this home Kali. Okay. So present working directory is fine. What else? The other commands. Cd command. When I wanted to make a folder inside desktop or somewhere, I can try first. Let me move on to desktop. So now I wanted to make a folder. So I will type mkdir, make the command, and I'm trying to make folder 5. Okay. So now in desktop, if I type ls-la, I might see folder 5 in it. Okay. So let me move inside folder 5. So present working directory, you can see desktop folder 5. I can list the contents in it. Actually nothing, it's empty. So here again, if I wanted to make another folder, I can make folder 6 list. Yeah, -la, the permission of the folder 6, you can see it's a folder, so it start with D and the user permission. Then second three alphabets is the group permission, then the other users permission. Okay, next. Here if I wanted to go back to folder 5, one step, if I wanted to go back, I can type like cd dot dot slash. If I wanted to go back 2 step, again dot dot slash, like that. Or else I can type cd tilde, sorry, tilde command, in order to go forward. I mean, in order to go to the home directory, you can see simply from Kali at Kali desktop folder 5 with one command cd tilde, I came back to Kali at Kali. Okay. So further on, what we can check. Make the command is done, and yeah. Let's say if you wanted to make a folder in the desktop, so you already have folder 5. Again, you wanted to make another command, another folder inside folder 5. So folder 5, 6 already it's there. Folder 7, sorry, folder 5 slash folder 7 slash folder 8. Okay, enter. So let's see how it works. Get into folder 5 first. List ls-la. You can see when you use make the -p, which means inside folder internally you can create many folders at once. So I use the -p for this. Okay. So after folder 5, you can see folder 7 and folder 18. So folder 5, inside folder 5, folder 7 is created. Inside folder 7, there should be folder 8. Okay. So let's move on to folder 7. So if I press tab, it's showing the options. So again, if I press tab, it will check which one to choose. Again tab, so folder 7 selected, and I can press enter. So I'm inside folder 7. So now if I again ls-la, so I can see folder 8 is there. So simply make the -p, it's to create internal folders. Okay, so this should be empty. Folder 8 is empty. Oh, so again and again, I'm just reminding you all, we created a, we just use we check the commands like present working directory and list command, ls-la command, and again we created folders with using make the command. We moved forward and backward, we used the cd command, change directory, and we can check further. We can use some other commands there to read the documents. For example, let's say cd desktop. Get inside. -la. So check.txt or some other password cracking folders for so let's see. If I wanted to read this check.txt file, I can use cat command. Cat check.txt is showing. Okay, enter. So it will show you the what are the contents inside this check.txt. Sudo command, this sum of the data is there inside this check.txt command. Okay, which is a document I just made while using the tryhack. Okay, so I can read the file by using the cat command. Okay, in case if I wanted to make a folder in here, desktop, I can use mouse pad check uh, uh, oh, .txt. I'm making a text document. Okay, so if I type mousepad space check2.txt, the document named check2.txt is open here. Okay, so I can type whatever I want. So caps lock, come to so I just type some random text and I wanted to save and leave. Okay, after typing some random text, I can usually use the Control S for saving and Control Q for closing. Okay, So now the check2.txt document should be there in the desktop. We can try ls-la and you can see check2.txt is there. So when I wanted to read, I can use the cat command to .txt, enter. Welcome to ethical hacking. Good luck for the cybersecurity career. So these are the text I have typed on that document. Okay, cat command used for it's like concatenate, like you just wanted to read what's inside the text document, or not only text document. You can try it with the PNG or try it with any other document format. Cat command can be used. Okay, so after that we can try we use mousepad command to create the text document. Similar to mousepad, you can use nano also. Okay, nano uh, check3.txt. So nano is also a similar one. Like I can try. I just type some text, and in order to save, I can use Control O and enter, which means overwrite and enter, then Control Q or X, Control X for exit. Okay, so now if I type ls-la, check3.txt is there. So again I can read it by cat command. Let's explore cybersecurity, right? So it can read that one. Similar to mousepad nano command, you can use echo command also, and cat command, touch command is to create a folder as well. So check for txt. So again you can see it's also similar one. Okay, touch command. Echo command is also there. So if you type anything like in echo, if you type anything, right, so if you use the echo command and type anything, it just reflects it. Okay, so you can see I type check this out and it's showing it. So we are using this to type on some text inside a folder or inside a file. We are using this. For example, echo inside double quotation, you can type something, right? And close the quotation and single arrow and uh, try a document name. Echo, sorry, check5.txt. Okay, so I entered. So ls-la check5.txt is there. So let me read that file. Check5.txt. So practicing commands is what I have typed inside the quotation, which has been added into the document with the arrow command. Okay, so echo command is also informed. So these are the basic commands throughout the session we will be using again and again. So you need to know how to move from one folder to another folder by using the cd commands, and you need to know how to list the file contents by using the ls command. So how to make directory by make the command, and how to read the file by using cat command. And what else? So IP address checking by ifconfig command, and also how to remove the file. So remove directory by rmdir command. Like make the command remove directory is use rmdir to remove a particular directory. Okay, so if I wanted to remove this folder 5, so I can type okay rmdir folder 5, enter. So fail to remove folder 5 directory not empty. So it's showing inside folder 5 we are having some other content, some other folder. So if it is the empty directory, it might remove. So let's go inside the folder 5 and see. -la. So it has few other folders. So again I'm going inside folder 6. Again I'm going inside, let me check first, -la. So here there's no other folders. Let's see, we might able to delete the folder 6. So let's see where we are first. I'm inside folder 6. So I want to go one step back, cd dot dot slash. So I'm again checking. So folder 6 and folder 7 are inside. So let me try rmdir remove directory and folder 6. Okay, so it just accepted because inside the folder 6 there wasn't any other folders, so it's empty. It's just you can see here. Okay, when we were in the folder 6 there's no other folders, it's just the period, dot dot and dot dot. Okay, there is no other folders, so it erased the folder. So when I give rmdir folder 6, it didn't show me any warning. It showed earlier like folder is not empty, like, okay. So now let's list the command again, what are things inside. So you can see earlier ls-la I used, it showed folder 6 and folder 7. After I erased rmdir folder 6, when I erase, again when I list ls-la, I can see only folder 7. There is no folder 6. It's erased. But uh, so here, in order to erase this folder, here I used like only when the folder is empty, I could able to erase it. But what I can do, let's say if it is like it contains a folder, like here in rmdir folder 5, I couldn't erase because the directory is not empty. But again, I can forcefully erase it by using a command rm space -rf. Okay, for that, let me go back to my folder file. -la, I can see folder 5. Again, if I try rmdir folder 5, it will again show me the warning, fail to remove folder 5 because directory not empty. Now let's see, rm space remove space rf, forceful remove rf. Okay, folder 5. So rmdir couldn't do it, so I'm making a remove, forceful remove rf and folder 5. Let's see what happens. It accepted. Okay, now let's see whether folder 5 is there or not. When I list the commands, list the contents. So there's no folder 5 now because it's been erased, it's been deleted. So earlier ls-la it's listed and it showed folder 5. Now when I list it, it doesn't have it because I use rm-rf, forceful removal. Okay, In Windows, you might see like delete anyway, something like that. When you try to delete some folder, it will show a warning and ask you whether to delete or not. And it shows delete anyway option as well. Similar thing is happening here. You are deleting by forcefully, you are asking it to delete. If you didn't do it, if you simply use rmdir folder file, it's showing failed to remove because directory is not empty. You need to delete one by one internal directories and come back to delete this one. Okay, so rather than that, you can simply forcefully remove this one. Okay, so make the command, remove command, list commands, and present working directory, and the cd commands. Uh, Let me show my document so which I have made earlier, that you can have an idea. If I miss anything, I can show you. So you can see this. So pwd we have seen, clear command, list command, cd command, make the rmdir, forceful remover, mousepad, nano, echo, touch. All this I have shown. I think manual command I didn't. Manual is like a help command, like this particular each and every commands are there, right? Pwd, clear, everything. So if you need to know how to use that command, you can use the manual of that command by typing man in front of it. Okay, I will show that one. And touch command is there, cat command, concatenation, more, more and less, manual. Yeah, so more and less is like reading the document. Cat command only similar, very similar to cat command. Okay, to open a text document and read it, we use more command and less command. Okay, any extension is saying more, like cat, similar to cat, you can use more command or less command. Okay, copy command we didn't see yet, and move command we didn't. Sudo apt update, full upgrade, apt-get update, and upscan -l. This is to scan the network and see what other PCs are there in the same network, and git clone is to clone the to download the git file from the GitHub. You can use this git clone command. So sudo apt install gedit. All this I will show in the next lesson.